Ever wondered who Pythagoras was and why his name rings a bell in the world of mathematics? Sit back and let's travel back in time to around 570 BCE. Our destination is the island of Samos, a beautiful dot in the Aegean Sea, and the birthplace of Pythagoras. This man was not just a mathematician, but a philosopher, and a mystic too. He was a polymath in the truest sense, a man of many interests and talents. Pythagoras founded a religious movement known as Pythagoreanism, a fascinating blend of the mystical and the mathematical. Imagine a group of scholars gathered around the glow of a fire, discussing the mysteries of numbers and the cosmos. That's Pythagoreanism for you. It was a way of life that emphasized searching for knowledge, both mathematical and philosophical. But Pythagoras was not just about philosophizing. He was a man of action, a leader who inspired his followers to live an ascetic lifestyle. He encouraged them to be vegetarians, to abstain from indulgences, and to dedicate their lives to the pursuit of knowledge. This was a life of discipline, of self-restraint, and of constant learning. Yet, there was also a spiritual side to Pythagoras. He believed in the immortality of the soul and the concept of reincarnation. Isn't it fascinating? A mathematician who also pondered on the mysteries of life and death, of the soul and its journey. The teachings of Pythagoras were not confined to his time. They have transcended centuries, influencing thinkers, mathematicians, and philosophers long after his demise. His ideas, both spiritual and mathematical, continue to inspire, challenge, and intrigue us. They encourage us to question, to seek, and to learn. So Pythagoras was not just a mathematician, but also a spiritual leader. But let's delve into what made him famous in the world of numbers. Now, what is the Pythagorean Theorem and why does it matter in mathematics? Let's dive right in. Picture a right-angled triangle. You know, the one with one angle that's exactly 90 degrees. Now, this triangle has three sides, right? We have the base, the height, and the hypotenuse. The hypotenuse is the longest side and sits directly opposite the right angle. The Pythagorean theorem is a simple yet powerful principle that relates the lengths of these sides. It states that the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. This can be expressed with the formula, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Here, CE is the length of the hypotenuse, while a and b represent the lengths of the base and the height. So if you know the lengths of any two sides of a right-angled triangle, you can easily calculate the length of the third side using the Pythagorean theorem. It's like a magic trick, but it's not magic, it's pure mathematics. But why does this theorem matter? Well, the Pythagorean theorem is a fundamental principle in geometry. It's like the DNA of right-angled triangles. Without it, we wouldn't be able to understand the relationship between the sides of these triangles. And since right-angled triangles are everywhere, from the slope of a hill to the screen of your smartphone, you can imagine how important this theorem is. The theorem also forms the basis for trigonometry, a branch of mathematics that deals with the relationships between the angles and sides of triangles. Trigonometry is used in a wide array of fields, from physics and engineering to computer science and music theory. So, while the Pythagorean theorem might seem like a simple equation, it's actually a key that unlocks the mysteries of the geometric world. And it's all thanks to Pythagoras, a Greek philosopher and mathematician who lived over 2.5 millennia ago. And that, in a nutshell, is the Pythagorean theorem, a fundamental principle in geometry that continues to shape the world of mathematics. But how does this ancient theorem apply to our modern world? You might be surprised to learn that the Pythagorean theorem, despite its age, is a fundamental tool in many contemporary fields. Let's consider physics. Sound, light, and heat all follow the Pythagorean theorem. When calculating the distance between 2 points in three-dimensional space, we use the theorem to find the most direct path, the hypotenuse in our right-angled triangle. Now let's shift gears to engineering. When constructing buildings, bridges, or roads, engineers rely heavily on the Pythagorean theorem. It's instrumental in ensuring that structures are sturdy and safe. Whether it's calculating the length of a beam or determining the angle of a support, the theorem provides the mathematical grounding for these essential tasks. But it doesn't stop there. The Pythagorean theorem also plays a pivotal role in computer science. Have you ever wondered how your computer screen displays three-dimensional images in two-dimensional space? The theorem is key to this process. When creating graphics, computer scientists use the theorem to calculate distances and angles, enabling them to render realistic 3D images on your screen. Astonishingly, the theorem even has applications in the world of music. For instance, in music theory, the Pythagorean theorem is used to understand and calculate the relationships between different musical pitches. This is due to the simple mathematical relationships that exist between the frequencies of notes that sound good together. So, as you can see, this seemingly simple principle, first proposed by Pythagoras over 2 millennia ago, has far-reaching implications in our modern world. Its applications span across various fields, from physics to computer science, and even music. This ancient mathematical principle continues to influence our world in profound and significant ways. From building bridges to designing computer graphics, the Pythagorean theorem proves its worth in countless ways. Truly, Pythagoras' legacy is as relevant today as it was over 2,000 years ago. Yet, Pythagoras was more than a mathematician. He was also a philosopher who had unique beliefs. Pythagoras' philosophical musings were as profound as his mathematical discoveries. He was a man who believed that the world was more than just numbers and equations, seeing a deeper spiritual connection in everything. He founded a religious movement known as Pythagoreanism, which was an intriguing blend of mathematical reasoning and mysticism. Central to Pythagoras' philosophy was the concept of the soul's immortality. He held the belief that the soul was not just a transient entity, but an eternal one, that it did not perish with the body but endured through an endless cycle of reincarnations. He believed that our souls are reborn again and again in different forms, a belief that was revolutionary in his time. This belief in reincarnation was tied to the Pythagorean lifestyle, which was characterized by asceticism and vegetarianism. Pythagoras and his followers led a life of simplicity, avoiding indulgence in earthly pleasures and focusing on the pursuit of knowledge. They believed that through this lifestyle they could purify their souls and achieve a higher level of understanding. This pursuit of knowledge was not limited to mathematics. Pythagoras believed that the quest for understanding extended to all aspects of life. He championed the idea of learning through questioning and exploration. He saw mathematical and philosophical inquiry as two sides of the same coin, both essential for gaining a deeper understanding of the world. Even though the mystical aspects of Pythagoreanism have faded with time, the impact of Pythagoras' philosophical ideas is still felt today. His belief in the power of questioning and exploration continues to inspire thinkers, scientists, and philosophers across the globe. Through his unique blend of philosophy and mathematics, Pythagoras has left an indelible mark on the world. It's a testament to his enduring influence that we still discuss his ideas and theories more than 2 millennia after his time. Truly, Pythagoras was not just a mathematician, but a philosopher whose thoughts continue to resonate in our minds and hearts. So, what is Pythagoras' legacy and why does it matter to us today? Just like the ripples of a pebble thrown into a pond, the impact of Pythagoras' work continues to spread, even over 2.5 millennia after his time. From the island of Samos in the 6th century BCE to every corner of the globe today, his theorem is a fundamental pillar of mathematical understanding. Pythagoras' theorem, a simple yet profound principle, has become a universal language in the world of geometry. It's taught in classrooms in every country, and it's applied by professionals in fields as diverse as architecture, engineering, computer science, and physics. Its simplicity belies its importance, and its applications are as infinite as the numbers it works with. But Pythagoras' legacy extends beyond this groundbreaking theorem. He was a philosopher and a spiritual leader who founded Pythagoreanism, a movement that blended mathematics with mysticism. His teachings emphasized the pursuit of knowledge, vegetarianism, and asceticism. He believed in the immortality of the soul, and in reincarnation, ideas that have influenced philosophical thought for centuries. This dual legacy of Pythagoras, both as a mathematician and a philosopher, is a testament to the breadth of his intellectual curiosity. He saw a world where numbers were not just tools for measurement, but a pathway to understanding the universe and its mysteries. His teachings remind us that mathematics is not just about numbers and equations, but about patterns, relationships, and the quest to decipher the code of the cosmos. In many ways, Pythagoras represents the ideal of the Renaissance man, centuries before the Renaissance itself. A man of both numbers and ideas, who saw no divide between the physical and the metaphysical, the tangible and the intangible. And that's why Pythagoras, a man from the 6th century BCE, still resonates with us today, reminding us of the enduring power of intellectual curiosity and the beauty of mathematics. His legacy is not just in the theorem that bears his name, but in the enduring belief that through understanding, we can unravel the mysteries of the universe.